Not yet. Don't jinx it.
Oh crap!
We still
I'm
have
sorry,
hours of using it.
Technology is a. So so you're back, Kanan, but we've lost Brian to his daughter.
Who here uses the Roll20 sheets? Because they changed them.
But they changed them.
They made them look cooler. I hope they still function
Yeah.
the same. I'd have to, but they look
they added
nice.
color.
Oh yeah, see something about layout the coins. Change that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gold pieces look very weird. They look like like
an hourglass almost.
They look like those like little snacks in the US. The pizza rolls. They look like pizza rolls.
I think it's actually how it looks. The way it looks like in the book, in the player's handbook.
Yeah.
I had no idea this stuff looked like that.
Have you seen the new art on the? There is like
Art and Arcana.
No. There is a new release of the 3 core books with new arts on them. Didn't you see
I
it?
didn't know there were new arts in them and everything. I did see they came out with a new errata for them.
No, a new cover. It's a totally new cover.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but they recently released like some new fixes and everything.
No.
For the new edition, there is like a link to the errata. There was nothing major, mostly just wording here and there. And also, monsters give out more XP now. All the monsters give out more.
So that means actually we should have leveled up like 2 more times by now.
It is. It's not wrong what I just said. But some of the monsters, like all the ancient dragons, suddenly give like twice as much XP.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'll believe it when I see it.
You can look it up, but
they do hit twice as hard, right?
No, they didn't.
Oh.
There are a few monsters that change stats also, but some, like all the ancient dragons, suddenly give like crazy XP. Never used an ancient dragon in my game, but
okay, but that's interesting to. I'll check it. If you guys deserve more XP. I'm all for it.
And nothing we have fought gives us more XP, but if we encounter an ancient dragon and die, then our next character will start with more XP because we were up against an ancient dragon.
Makes sense.
Yeah. That's how it works, right? You get killed by something, then you gain the XP of that which killed you. The next character.
Yeah, the monsters gain XP also.
Keenan, you look so focused.
He has like a 4-monitor setup there.
Yeah.
It's like the cockpit of the. Yeah.
You laugh, but that's actually what's going on. So.
That would be so. I've never had a monitor so high up. I think it would hurt my eyes after a bit. I've been watching Dragon Heist gameplay on D&D, and it's getting me. I think it's one. I can't GM any more games, but I want to GM this adventure. Have you guys ever played it?
No.
Dragon Heist.
I got it. I have it on paper, but I only looked at like the 4 first pages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did look a bit at it, like skim through it. I borrowed a copy somewhere.
Yeah,
you bought
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm planning on buying it once I get a job.
I'm almost out of shelf location. You see, it's like full. I have 3rd edition, 4th edition, and 5th edition, and this is it. The next edition that comes out, one edition goes out. It's like...
Yeah, 3rd's got to go. Well, 4th has to go. You just get rid of that anyways.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, this Black Friday was really tough, and I kept getting emails from Good Old Games every hour.
Yeah.
It's so hard to maintain my credit card.
Oh, I already own all the games on Good Old Games, so it's fine for me.
Oh wow.
Well,
yeah,
no,
my recording is live, by the way.
I own like 600 games on Good Old Games. I think it's insane. Oh yeah, and high internet. I'm stupid and buy everything.
So actually, I have to be like completely honest with you and say that this is the first time I'm actually streaming the game in Twitch.
Really?
Yeah, I was upgraded to 3 megabytes upload, so I decided to give it a try. And
Cool.
see yeah,
Nice.
so why are you so tense? All of a sudden, oh yeah, fine, sure.
My camera doesn't work. Where do I turn it off?
I'll let you know if we have any viewers. Right now we have none, so it's all good, all good. No, I actually decided to see if it will work because last time I tried it, like I don't know, 2 years ago, it really stuttered. So
yeah, and I remember there was lag, like.
Yeah. So it's a test drive. If it will work, then I'll keep doing it. If not, it's so.
I think with 3 up it might work. I mean, there's not a lot going on the screen, so
yeah,
you can get away with a lower bit rate, probably.
Yeah. So we'll see. Okay, so guys, are you ready to start?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yep.
Ready as we'll ever be.
Okay. So on our last meeting which was like a month ago, right? Anders actually used the crown of the Fog King, right? He placed it on your head, and your consciousness was transferred to a stone giant named Kanan. He was actually a stone giant dreamwalker who once agreed to become the Frost Giant's counselor and companion. You guys mistakenly thought Andrist in his new form to an enemy, and you attacked him. And once the Frost Giants realized something is off, they also joined the fray and attacked him too. And eventually, with the combined forces of all of you, you managed to fell.
Kill him.
The mighty giant, but the Frost Giants were badly hurt during the fight. Peleus managed to revive Turlang, the Treant, who in turn awakened 2 more Treants, and the trio, like 3 siege engines, basically start pummeling at the remorseless Frost hull. And you guys realized quite quickly that they will breach the hull in a matter of seconds, minutes. And so Peleus told them to put the brakes on that for a couple of minutes until you kind of evacuate to your Illithid submarine. And then you all bolted. Turlang and his animated tree gave you a thumbs up as you fled. So you basically have something like 30 to 60 seconds before something bad happens to the remorseless. So on your way to the Phantom Shark, your submarine, you kind of had to sneak through the corridors of the ship, and you've heard that a sorceress from Waterdeep has arrived to parley with the giants, and she's currently at the upper deck. You pressed forward toward the submarine and your secret room, and then you have encountered Netherheim. This is the young frost giant, whom which you've seen next to an elderly one. They were playing, and then he was taken by force to kind of start his initiation into the Frost Giant army. So he's now commanding a pair of ogres, and he caught sight of you, kind of hesitated, but then ordered them to attack you. And this is where we stopped last time.
Mm-hmm.
So
I had gone ahead of them. Did I see these guys on my way past? I was invisible.
Yes, correct. You were invisible, so you did see them. Remind me if you understand giant?
I do not, but if they were going back towards my friends, I would have followed behind them.
Okay, yeah, so in this case, this is exactly what happened. You did notice a few more frost giant patrols all across. So you believe that Droofy, which is the frost giant captain, is still looking for you, or you know, for the spies who are on board. So probably Netherheim is just one of those patrols.
Okay.
So please roll initiative.
All right.
10.
10 for Enderist.
Oh no.
6 for Aline.
6 for Aline.
5 for
Five.
Peleus.
Hey, I also got a 5.
Okay.
You probably have more agility though.
Nine.
I have
I have a
Nineteen.
negative
10.
1.
14
Oh,
for
okay.
Warren.
4 and 14. And Galen?
19.
19?
19 for Galen. Yeah.
Okay. And Forgar also 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Which probably makes sense. I had more movement speed than the others, so I was in the front. Like,
I'll be right back.
I'll probably see them first, and then run around and tell the others.
This sucks. I hoped, like, usually I don't really care what I roll on the initiative, but this time I was hoping for a good roll so I can just entangle them and keep running or something.
Okay, so
Well,
it
they're
turns
probably blocking the whole way.
it turns out that Galen, you go first.
Yes.
So the two ogres kind of look happy to jump into a fight. They kind of raise their clubs. Netherheim is taking a step back, kind of trying to watch the scene and how it unfolds.
Yes. And I'm looking like a half-dead farmer, so I'm no threat. With no key points. So this will go really good. So the first thing I do is like go back to the others in the front, so I go back to the others and like, oh, ogres, giant, let's get them. And then I'll do what's it called? Oh, just like center myself using wholeness of body, which is an action that lets me heal myself a bit.
Okay.
Nice. So now I no longer look quite so hurt. So that's my entire round. Pushing Forgar ahead of me.
Okay, so okay, so you push the dragon board kind of forward and take a step back, filling yourself with energy,
Yes.
healing yourself, and then the ogres jump on basically the two of you, on you, Galen, and Forgar. So Forgar, you duck just behind, take a step back, and that large chunk of wood that is the ogre's weapon misses you. Galen, does a 17 hit you?
Yes. Why did you dodge, Forgar? I needed you for cover.
You push him, he dodges,
Yeah.
and then you get this.
Yeah.
You get whack.
You get whacked. Okay, so you take.
Goodbye hit points.
Yeah, well, good thing you healed yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 8 plus 4, so that's 12 bludgeoning damage from its club.
Oh, only 12. I healed myself for 18, so I'm totally fine.
Okay.
You're good.
Yeah, I'm only at half hit point now. Again.
Again.
Well, I was lower than that before, but still.
Netherheim, he still watches the fight from 20 feet from behind, and then he shouts something to the ogres. The ones who understand giant hear him say, we need to take them prisoners.
Okay.
Great. Okay, Quarian, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Phantasmal Force on Netherheim.
Okay.
Let's see. He needs to go. He's got to do an intelligence DC saving throw. I'm sorry. Oh no! Wait a minute. The target must. Yeah, intelligence saving throw on a failure.
Okay. What are you trying to achieve with the spell?
DC 50. I want him to see his grandfather calling him to run up to the deck to save his life.
Oh, okay. That's not a bad idea. So you cast the spell, and as he shouts to the ogres, "Take them as prisoners!" He kind of looks back, and you believe that the spell worked. That he's hearing his grandfather calling to him. So he basically focuses his attention on some spot in the distance.
Okay, he's really trying to hurry him up to. He's trying to make sure, and we're trying to make him feel like it's a life and death situation right now, and that he really should run upstairs.
Okay, so make a persuasion check for me.
All right. That would be a 16.
Okay, with a 16, that's not too shabby. So with a 16, he actually takes a few steps back and kind of says something in giant. You guys think it's like, "Grandfather, is that you?" As he kind of follows the sound, but he doesn't like stray too far from the fight.
Okay, and all right, I'm gonna move to get some cover.
Okay, great.
From the ogres.
And the wrist, you are up.
Okay, so I'm gonna move closer to the Naderheim, and I don't think this will take off my invisibility. I'm just gonna communicate with them telepathically.
Okay.
And I'm going to. Do I know the captain's name? The captain that actually killed his grandfather? Or no, the priest. Sorry, it was the priest. It was. What was it? What was his name?
Yeah.
The shaman?
Yeah, it was the shaman.
Vifir Stormtalon.
Vifir.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going in his head. I'm going to tell him, Vifir killed your grandfather. Thorn is dead. Avenge him.
Okay. This is simply a mental talk. This isn't like a spell or something like that. Okay, so now he looks at, and this is coming from a specific direction, or is it simply?
Nope, just in his head.
Okay.
Yeah, just in his mind.
Okay. Make a persuasion check for me too.
Nope, I did it again. I rolled a 1, trying to persuade a giant.
Okay, so he kind of looks left and right, confused because he just heard his grandfather, and now a voice in his head tell him that his grandfather is dead. So he is really confused, and he simply freezes and doesn't do a thing.
Okay, I don't think I'm going to reveal myself yet then.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it. So, Eileen.
All right. I'm going to cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
And I'm going to look at this giant kid, and tell him, "Don't throw your life away, kid," as my eyes spark with electricity. And I want to intimidate him into making the right choice.
This poor kid. It's like the emotional assault he's getting right now.
Yeah. So intimidation roll?
Yes.
This is how we make arch villains.
All right. So guidance gives me like 1d4, right? I think.
Yeah.
All right. Damn it! Come on.
Please be a 4.
Yeah, please.
11.
We're awesome. We are great.
Okay, so I will give you an advantage because of the like mental assault your previous 2 friends has caused to him. His father is calling him, voices in his head. You kind of look at him, and so
it's a 27 then.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Okay, great. So are you trying to simply make him go away, or are you trying to make him help you? What is the like?
I'm trying to make him stop barring our way, to get him to just call the troops back and leave.
Okay. In this case, you can see that he suddenly squares his shoulders, and you can see on his face he's looking down on the floor, and maybe he's kind of recalling what they did to his grandfather, the way that that soldier punched him. So he kind of freezes and then looks up at the two ogres who are charging you, and you can see his eyes kind of steam, and he actually attacks them.
Nice.
Oh wow.
But he will do it on his turn. So, Peleus.
I cast Fog Cloud centered on, I don't know, I want to get every one of us. And
Okay. So is it?
and I'm going to use a level 3 spell slot for it. So it's 60 feet radius.
Amazing.
Damn it.
So is it?
What is going on?
Does it do anything besides blocking view and obscure the landscape? Does it have any effect other than that?
I don't think so. It doesn't do any damage or anything. Heavily obscured. It lasts for, I don't know, 10 minutes, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
That's fine. That's actually very good.
And I'm running.
toward the submarine.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Great. Poof. So you explode this cloud of vapor, and then you rush through it, and you guys can see the turbulence, like.
It's like a cutout of him running. Fog for a second.
Exactly. Okay, Forgar. So you've been pushed forward by Quirion, then you ducked, and you hear like bone snapping behind you as Gaiden, sorry, took the hit. So what do you do now? You have two ogres in front of you and a very angry.
But I can't see anything.
Right. No, you've seen it before the cloud exploded. So.
Yeah, no, I know what happened, but like, can I know he ran.
Are me?
Oh yeah, I screamed. The water is coming.
The water's coming. The water's coming.
Okay, so
I support that. I think we should run.
Right. So Peleus basically remembered what the treants are doing to the ship's hull. Okay.
At his command.
At his command, yes.
Running.
So you'll bolt as well. Okay, great. So Peleus is gone. Forgar is gone. The fog basically prevents the giants from, the ogres from attack of opportunity. So that's good. Galen,
cool.
We're back to you.
Well, I guess we're running.
Okay.
So I'll use my 90 feet of movement to run ahead of all the others.
Okay, so is this a group decision? So basically, fog cloud, and then you're out toward the submarine. That's fine.
If it's a group thing, I would tell the giant kid, come on, leave, stop fighting, another day, young one.
So, okay, that's actually interesting. So you guys bolt. The ogres are very confused. They kind of swing their great clubs through the cloud of fog, and they basically don't hit anything. Yes, and it's even backed by my dice. So you can roll a persuasion check to see if you convince Netherheim to follow you wherever you go.
Persuasion.
You want him to follow you?
Yeah, wait, what?
He did say come.
I did say come on, so
Yes.
I don't know.
Yep, you did.
It's a total of a 20.
Oh god.
You
I don't
have
think it's gonna fit in the submarine.
you have a frost giant youngling following you. So he simply runs just behind you.
Well, new member. Let's go.
Uh-oh.
So,
I think
gonna
there would be a moment where I'd shoulder check and see him chasing us and freak out about him chasing us.
Probably. I'm gonna take up the rear at this point.
Okay.
Invisible.
I mean, you heard me yelling at this giant kid to come to follow us.
Oh yeah, now you guys can plan against giants. Sure,
Well,
sure.
Didn't you say it in giant?
Oh yeah, I did
speak
say it in
giant.
giant, of course.
So-
Speak
so-
giant.
To Forgar, do you speak
I do
giant?
know what's going. Yeah, I speak giant.
You're in on this.
Yeah, so okay, I know that. And I would.
I
Can you
don't.
keep him? Anders?
I
I'll
don't
take
know
care of
what's
him.
going on.
I
I don't
do.
know what's going on. I'm following, taking up the rear.
So the group is running through the corridors of the Remorseless. Yes.
I thought I'd use my this phantasmal force to correct the direction for the giant for Nederheim. Go the other way, you fool!
So you
Is
you want
Phantasmal Force an ongoing spell?
Yeah, it's a concentration spell.
so you want to kind of steer him toward another corridor?
I wanted just to steer him up to the.
He sees his grandma like
Okay.
he sees like in
This is
Lion
his
King.
grandfather telling him, go for the
In the
raft.
fog.
Go for the saving raft.
Okay,
Go
got
this
it.
way.
Okay, so
To the
his,
lifeboat?
yeah, his grandfather kind of materializes Obi-Wan Kenobi like and
Yeah.
reaches out to him. So yes, as you run through the frozen corridors of the Remorseless, Nederheim kind of is swayed by your spell and leaves toward probably the upper deck. As you guys run to the Phantom Shock, your submarine. Now you have this secret room, right, in which you have basically parked. So you identify this room and you kind of fall in rank and into it.
Can I say something before we get in?
Yeah.
As the giant runs away, as Niederheim runs away, I will again whisper in his head that Fifir killed your grandfather. Avenge him.
Okay. Just write that down.
A little bit more chaos.
Just sprinkle a little bit more chaos here.
Yeah.
A little bit more destruction here. Some entropy over there.
I'm like the Tinkerbell of chaos.
Okay, so you whisper in Netherheim's mind, telling him to avenge his grandfather. As you all step into your secret room that leads to the submarine. Now, when you get to the room, do you do something? Do you stay? Do you linger, or do you simply rush into the submarine and? Okay,
Rush.
that's fine.
Rush in submarine.
So, who's the last one to close the door?
Me.
Okay.
And I'm behind you. We close it together.
Great. So
Oh.
I look for that giant kid as we're closing it. Like, is he there?
You still wouldn't see me though. I'm invisible, so I'm.
So the two of you make a perception roll for me.
Okay.
So all the group is kind of running into the secret room. You're about to close the door. Forgar, Galen are running towards the fleshy tube that connects the Remorseless to the Illithid submarine. In the meantime,
I got
Mine was a
19 on
9.
perception.
19.
It's all you, buddy.
19 is great. So Andres, you don't see the frost giant youngling. Eileen, you do spot a black cat wandering through the corridor, kind of elegantly. It's a very nurtured and groomed cat. It's got like a what?
House cat?
Like a house
Like
cat.
a house cat?
Yes,
God.
totally
Okay.
black. It has like a small, what do you call it? Not a
Tie?
leash.
Collar.
Yes, a collar.
Collar.
And it simply kind of prods, walks toward your room, kind of sniffs the air. You have a strange feeling that it's looking for you.
Yeah. I slammed the door. And
I don't like cats.
Bro-
Kick it.
yeah. Well, I slammed the door immediately and turn around and say, "We might have been found. Let's go, 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 go."
Okay. So
Wait, so was I on the inside of the door or the outside of the door?
No, you're outside,
I
bro.
was
You're
invisible and taking up the rear.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
so you
Make a dexterity saving throw.
you get to pick. If you want.
I can open the door, right?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm on the outside of the door with the cat.
Okay.
All right. Well, maybe somebody realizes, where's Anders?
You tell me.
It'll probably just be a few seconds.
I hear a knock.
No, I'm gonna look at the cat and go, "Hi, kitty, 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 kitty," and I'm gonna crouch down.
Okay, so it jumps to your hands, and it raises its head, and you can see that under its collar there is a very, very small scroll case attached to it.
Oh, is this for me? And I'm gonna take the scroll case if I can. Does it come off?
Yes. So you have a tiny scroll case in your hand, and when you kind of pluck it, you suddenly hear this like this amazing volume of water pouring into
Here we go.
a very, very tiny space, and all the ship kind of tilts at this point. The cat kind of jumps back, and you know, you think it has this look on his face, like, and then it runs like deep to the corridor. You can't see.
Okay, while it's running away, I'll try and communicate telepathically with it. Say, hey, in its mind, say, "Hey, kitty, come back here." If it doesn't speak language, then it won't understand me. But
okay, so you get no response, and it doesn't.
Okay.
Get back.
Okay, I'm gonna pocket the scroll and go in the door.
Okay, great. So you guys all.
I'm visible now, by the way. I'm gonna go grab my kit. I'll be right back.
Yep.
I'm just gonna go with them.
That's fine. So you all squeeze into this tiny room. You seal the door, and then as the ship rocks, and you can actually feel the weight of it kind of shifts as water pours in. You guys try to stuff yourself back into the submarine. Now the fleshy tube that connects the two kind of rattles and convulses. So I need you all to make dexterity saving throws as you progress through it.
Somebody's gonna get a dragon falling on them.
Got a 20.
I got a crit. I slide down like a slip and slide.
Look, it's a natural one. Almost. No, it's a 6 actually.
Okay.
19 again for me.
Okay, great. So we'll get Andrew's score in a bit, but you all kind of slide through this fleshy tube. Peleus, are kind of squeezed for a moment when the tube kind of moves and shifts as the as the ship moves and the submarine moves, and it squeezes you for 6 points of bludgeoning damage plus a very nasty it actually squeezes your lunch out as it like
okay, which side?
Yeah, where are you in the lineup? Do I have to crawl through this?
Yeah.
Well, somebody has to crawl through it.
I want to be ahead of him.
It doesn't matter. It kind of glide down because of the height difference. So you all kind of emerge from this fleshy tube, all covered with Peleus' lunch. Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
You want to describe what you ate for lunch, so we'll know.
I don't know. What would a druid eat? Probably like mushrooms and something
berries,
like that.
seeds.
Yeah.
Okay. So here you go. Okay, so at this point, you are all at the submarine. Quirion, you immediately, first you notice Ridnora. She is kind of at the submarine waiting for you. And
you didn't flush yourself down the toilet?
I couldn't find the toilet, but you've seen to have found them?
One of us has.
Oh, mushrooms. So,
I'm never gonna get this out of my chainmail. I'm so mad at you.
Quirion, as you slide into the driver's seat, you immediately see that there are a lot of red lights blinking, as if something really bad is about to happen if you don't manipulate the control really, really fast.
Okay.
So last time you had Forgar helping you, but you think that now that the Remorseless is probably sinking, you'll need all your friends to cooperate.
Okay. I scream to you guys, get inside. I need your help right now. Anderist, where are you?
I'm there. I'm in. I'm visible.
What are the stations in this submarine? Like, who has shields and who has like weapons? And
I'm pretty sure that you
engines?
guys would not allow me back on weapons.
No.
Periscope up.
So
yeah.
I like where you're going, Emiliano. So we have engineering, we have weapons, we have navigation, right? What else do we have in an Illithid submarine?
Mind control, naturally.
Communications, right?
Oh, right, communications.
Oh yeah, communications. That's what I meant.
You have to plug it into the back of your brain or something, probably.
No, this is all Bluetooth.
No, communication is the person that just repeat the last line over and over.
Okay, so
Launch the missiles. Launch the missiles.
so we have engines and engineering. We have weapons. We have navigation. We have medical bay, and we have
Life
communication.
support.
Yeah. So who takes what?
All right. Who's the most charismatic for communication?
So first, Quarian,
I
I'm
was 17.
charismatic.
you attach the Illithid's
Needles to the eyes.
eye socket. So you kind of push them in. You feel the needles kind of go into your flesh, but then it's like, you know, a good connection, a good like socket connection.
Been there, done that.
Yes, and then you can feel the outline of the ship, of the submarine, and the water around you. And you can actually give commands to your friends who will have to roll successfully in order for you to actually maneuver the ship out of the sinking, remorseless way and then into safety, hopefully.
Okay.
So
Engineering, I need full
challenge.
power.
who's
All right. Who's engineering?
who is engineering?
I'm not that strong. Like
That seems like Intelligence job to me.
Oh, your mic is being robotic.
Yeah, that's
I don't know
Alright.
how the submarine works. I don't know.
I'll
I go on the periscope or whatever those things are called. I have
Okay.
high perception.
Navigation.
so you're
Okay,
on
Is that better?
navigation.
you're engineering.
So
I'll take navigation because I was on a ship. Back
Yeah,
on-
that's right.
Okay.
okay.
Well,
I go
Quarian,
for
you're
life
the
support.
captain. You're the captain. Just assign a spot.
All right. Forgar engineering. What's your name? Yeah, I forgot your name.
Me? My name?
Yeah.
Emiliano.
Your
Eileen.
Oh, Eileen.
Eileen. Eileen, you be the navigation. Pelias, you want to be you be at the med bay. Ander is
Oh, right.
life support, and Galen, I don't remember what other roles we have.
Weapon and
Galen,
communication.
yours a weapon system.
Yeah.
Let's go. Come on, Forgar, I need the full power right now.
On it.
I'm imagining
On it. What do I roll?
I'm imagining you kind of sticking the eye socket, and then everybody else. I like cartoons, you know, running around and hitting each other. And there you go.
Forgard like grunts into a giant hamster wheel and starts running.
And Forgar suddenly starts speaking with a Scottish accent.
That's right.
Okay.
This is
Can't
canon.
take any more.
So Forgar, your captain has asked for full power.
Full power.
Yes. So I need you to roll your. It can be your wisdom.
Cool.
To try and kind of.
Just a check.
Yeah, that's a wisdom check. As you kind of manipulate the controls, as your captain says, push buttons.
This is bad.
Yes.
It's a 1.
One.
Which gets modified to a 2.
You put it on reverse.
Back us up into the ship.
I don't feel it moving, Forgar. What are you doing?
Oh no, you'll feel it moving in a second.
So the Phantom Shock kind of lunges backwards and smacks against the Remorseless.
Oh, crap.
So the whole ship is kind of rattling, and a few more red lights have light up in medbay, and navigation systems are kind of they probably need repairs. And Forgar, please roll 4d10 for me. Let's see how much damage the ship has
Oh
taken.
no!
Oh my god.
I'm gonna kill all of us this
No,
time.
no, roll another one. You're good at it.
It's my
I got
bad.
4 zeros over here.
This is the one time your crap rolling comes in handy.
Right? 6, 11, 13, 23.
Okay.
What? What are you doing?
So
This is the best roll I've rolled.
I know.
Okay.
Ever. Your
Half
whole
of those
life.
numbers are above 5.
Okay, so you are not sure how much damage an illithid submarine can take, but you definitely feel the hull and all its systems kind of rattle. Now, you, Quarian, on your commanders, on your captain's seat, you can see that there are problems with navigation systems and medical equipment is kind of off. So these two stations took damage. I need both of those stations handlers to roll and see if they can kind of fix it. You, of course, Quarian, are shouting all the commands, right? They can't really understand what they're doing. They are just, pressing buttons, pushing levers, twitching knobs. So
Keenan and Emiliano.
Wisdom?
yes,
Yeah.
these are
Wisdom
wisdom
or-
checks.
Oh damn.
Oh,
Oh, no problem. 18 for Aline.
Okay, that's fine.
Wisdom. Wait, where can I make a flat wisdom?
Oh wait, that was a
check?
save.
Just click on the wisdom.
No, it's
Oh,
not a
there.
save, it's a check. It's not a save.
It's just an 11 for me.
Okay, so you
So-
both managed to kind of push the right levers and twitch the right knobs, and your reds, Quarian, now turn to greens, but the ship is still, not moving.
My bad.
Um,
My
Forearm.
bad. The levers, they go the other way. Like,
Navigation
I
looks at you and
pulled,
says,
I
"The
thought
other
that
way, other direction."
was my bad.
Now, Anderist, can you roll a die for us, or do you want someone else?
Yeah.
Yeah, so roll a d20 for me, wisdom check. So
16.
that's great.
Cool.
With
Got my
Quarian,
lucky charm.
with Quarian telling you what's going on, you believe that the ship's systems have identified someone who is wounded among your friends and is about to heal him. The question is, do you want it to actually do it?
So that's what I think is happening. And do I know who or where they are on the ship?
Yes, I think it's Galen who took some damage.
Yeah, all right, give her.
I don't mind that guy. We'll keep him alive, I guess.
Okay, so Galen,
Apply missile directly to the forehead.
I'm not on weapons, am I?
as you manipulate
No, I am.
weapons
Oh, good.
control, a small
I'll be
compartment,
shooting back.
a small compartment kind of opens in front of you, and this like 6 foot long needle comes out and stabs you right in the neck.
As soon as it does that, I'll shout out, "You're welcome."
And you receive 7 points of 7 points healed.
Oh, healing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was about to say 7 points of damage because I'm not.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
You're missing the tentacles on your mouth.
But you
Just
but you also get 10
That's
you get 10 points of piercing damage because of the friggin'
right. And you're paralyzed.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so Forgar, you may, if you want, attempt again your.
Forgar, I'm going to give you a Bardic Inspiration. Just in case.
D4?
Can I guidance him?
Sure.
Don't fuck up.
Is it, what do I add to that? Do you roll it or do I? Alright,
You roll
with the, cool, is it a 6?
it.
or 4?
D4 for the guidance.
Yes.
One
And
day I'm
four
going to make
for
a
the
bard,
bardic?
and his inspiration is going to be just that. Don't fuck up. Every
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
Everybody across the ship yells it.
But in a
And
song.
between all of your motivation, I managed to get an 18.
Oh,
Yay.
that's amazing. So the Phantom Shark kind of rushes forward, engines full ahead, and you clear out some distance from the sinking Remorseless. Now, the Phantom Shark, if you remember, it has like a dome like cockpit, so you all can see through the bitter cold water. This iceberg starts to kind of roll. It's like one of the Star Destroyers got badly hit and then kind of starts to sink. So this is what you see. It's like a huge ship. You also see giants. Some of them fall into the water. Some of them are running on the sinking decks of the Remorseless. They seem to be headed toward a specific cell or chamber. You're not sure. At this point, some of the fallen giants try to swim and grab the phantom shark. And right now, I need weapon systems to try and maybe get rid of some of them.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a Bardic Inspiration as well.
So is that also a wisdom check?
No, that's an attack roll.
Oh, using what?
Your attack roll.
Plus
My normal dex attack roll?
Yes.
Okay. 14?
A 14. So you manipulate some controls, and a harpoon-like projectile fires from the phantom shark. A 14 doesn't hit, unfortunately, and the frost giant kind of smacks the projectile as it kind of floats toward him, and then he continues to swim toward the submarine. You can attempt one more time.
Okay. Ooh, 21. That's better.
Nice.
What? 31?
21.
Oh, 21. Yes.
No, I don't have like a plus 20.
So a 21 is a direct hit. So as the submarine you're riding is kind of banking and getting away from the Remorseless, giants fall into the water all around you. One of them tries to grab your submarine and gets hit by your harpoon. I need you to roll make that make that a 4d10, please.
17 only.
Okay.
Do you say anything when you hit him?
I got one.
Don't get cocky, kid.
You were just waiting for that one, huh?
Yeah, no, I was primed and ready.
Great.
Can you see the tree ends outside anywhere?
Oh, that's a great question to the one who is handling navigation.
It's Elin, right?
Navigation, yeah. We should try to maneuver.
So Quarian, you kind of shout commands to Aline as she tries to mount the periscope and press buttons that show the surroundings of the ship. You can roll a perception check for me, Aline.
Okay. Crit.
Ooh, nice.
Crit. Okay. So you actually spot Turlang. So imagine this: if the Remorseless is sinking and you are right in front of it or behind it, kind of fleeing, Turlang is on the other side. It's on the other side of the Death Star.
Right, and the long end, right, of the Death Star.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of like floating giants on the way.
Exactly.
But they are not floating.
Let's go into the asteroid field. Let's go.
They're sinking.
They have water. They have water walking. So they should be able to like walk.
Okay.
I won't say that.
Okay.
As long as the ship is above them.
Yeah.
Unless that is the case, yes. But I mean, they were the ones who got the hole into the ship in the first place.
Yes, correct.
I'm not steering the ship, but I just know what's going on around it.
Yes.
Yeah, you could choose not to tell us that.
Exactly.
No, yeah, no, I say immediately. Ifir is on the other side of the ship. We should go and get him. He'll be trouble later.
Okay. So, Peleus, you have your answer. Captain, what do you want to do?
How far is the tree end from us? How far do we have to?
So you have to kind of evade the sinking Remorseless and wade between falling giants, and then you'll get them. It's on the other side of the ship.
This isn't the treant though. This is the giant shaman.
I
giant shaman?
think he asked about the treant. Am I
Yeah.
mistaken?
Oh, you asked about the. I thought it was the.
What? Did you think we were looking for the giant shaman?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I saw the end, not the treant, not the.
Yeah.
Damn it. Well, I say that to Peleus, I guess. But I don't say we should go after it.
Yeah, right. Leave it alone.
Does it look like any giants are attacked?
No. It looks like a tree fallen into the water. The giants,
All right. So
Dang.
first priority is just get away from the giants. Second priority, get away from this. No, actually, let's do it another way. First priority is get away from this iceberg. Second priority, get away from the giants.
Okay, so full ahead.
Aye, Captain.
Full ahead.
Hey, while they're having this discussion, I'm just gonna pull out that scroll, the tiny little scroll.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm gonna pull out my monocle and I'm gonna read it.
Okay, so while life support system is being unmonitored, kind of sticks needles into everyone.
And there is.
So
whether you need it or not.
This is a teleportation spell scroll. It will allow you and probably 7 or 5 or 6 more people to teleport safely to some place.
5, 6.
Nice.
But you believe it is keyed to a specific location. That it will teleport you, but to a specific location.
Okay.
Cool.
Put it back in my pocket.
Okay. Okay, so at this point, okay, Quarian, communication. You haven't assigned anyone to communication, but there is an incoming transmission.
Okay.
What about the dwarf?
Yeah, I asked Red Nora if she can.
Do we want her? This communications.
She's good at talking.
Can you multitask, Anders?
A lot.
Did we ask her
Me?
to call her dad?
I've got
Nora,
a scroll.
Can you pick this up? Can you pick up, Nora?
So she goes to the station and says, "But what should I do here? I can't understand a thing. It's only floaty things and floating runes. What do you want it to do?
Push
Hello?"
the button.
And she puts like her,
Of course she does.
"Captain, I'm not reading anything."
Is there a way for me to direct this the communication to my head?
No. What I need you to do is actually to roll a wisdom check for her.
Okay.
To see if she can actually manipulate the controls as you instruct her to.
18.
18 is good. 18 is good. So you can hear. Well, it's not a transmission. It's more of a coordinates toward a specific region beneath the Bay of Waterdeep, and it's like a yes/no question. Do you want to go there? You believe that the ship is kind of. I've already told you that it's kind of knows, like specific waypoints are kind of set up into it.
Okay.
So this is
GPS.
Yeah, so this is some sort of a safe location within Waterdeep. And it's basically asking you, do you want to go there?
So from what we did so far, I think the safe location for the ship is where we found the facehuggers.
Okay. So you want to kind of navigate it toward House Elturchil basements in the docks.
I do not want to go there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
I think that's a great idea. Should I
They
just
did invite
push
us for dinner.
this lever to go there?
Guys, do you think this dinner invitation is still okay? Still good?
I'm pretty
Probably.
hungry. I could eat.
I'm peckish.
Hey, I could eat.
I think we should regroup before we go there. It's not a bad go. We could go there, but not today.
What's our other option?
Yes.
I don't know. Surface at some other bay.
Perfect. And have the Waterdeep Navy attack us.
Oh my
Yeah, I
God.
think we want to go to the someplace hidden.
I want to ask I don't remember her name, the dwarf lady, if she called her
Renora.
dad.
Yes.
Renora?
Yes, I did.
Did you hear anything back? Is he doing stuff up there?
He told
Can
me.
I see anything?
He told me to flush myself and to float for an hour or two, and he will pick me up. So I'm still counting on that. Maybe if we can surface, we can signal him.
I turned to Peleus and I asked, "Do dwarves float?"
I'm gonna point her in the way of the latrine.
I can make her, but I don't know.
Does the
Naturally,
ship
I'm
know
not
any
sure.
other places? Does it know more than one place?
So this is a question to navigation. Navigation, roll a wisdom check as you try to figure out.
Sir. Wisdom 19. Man, I'm rolling super good today.
Cool.
Okay.
Mhm.
Someone's gotta.
This is great. So,
What?
so you know 4 location. One of them is on the islands that you have left, the 3 hags. This is one. The second is the warehouse at the docks. The third is an underwater port underneath Waterdeep. You haven't heard of a place like this. This is the third. And the fourth is it's in the middle of nowhere, in the ocean. You have no idea what's in there, but it's marked as, you know, a port.
Okay.
I communicate this to you immediately.
Guys, how healthy are you?
I'm about 50% healthy, sir.
I am feeling fit and ready.
Okay.
I'm never good.
3/4 quarters or so.
Are you guys? Do you feel that?
Who did somebody say hurt other than me?
I feel like I can cast 2 more level 1 spells, sir.
So the question is: are we ready for like a fight with some of the folks of Elder or whether we want to be captured and used for some other purpose in a minute?
What?
None of those.
How about C? Option C.
Yeah.
Option C.
I'm all for going to the Elturchul Academy. At least we'll be safe from the giants there.
Yeah,
the Under the Bay, Underwater Deep is what I vote for, sir.
So, Captain.
Under the Bay? What's Under the Bay, Underwater Deep?
So you have the islands, the 3 Hags Islands. You have the Elturchul warehouse near the docks. You have an underground port beneath the city of Waterdeep.
Yes.
And you have a Azkaban. You have this nowhere in the middle of the ocean. These are the 4 points that the ship recognized as ports.
Come on, a warehouse. That sounds safe.
I don't care where we go as long as it's Waterdeep.
Yeah,
The
near
warehouse
Silver.
is in Waterdeep, and it's totally safe, as far as Kaylin knows.
We can at least park there and see if anything happens and like take a rest and then leave.
Yeah, the face
warehouse. Yeah, I like
Kaylin
that.
doesn't know that, but yeah.
All right, warehouse.
What?
So I'm from Waterdeep. Have I heard of this an underground port, underwater port beneath?
Make a history check for me.
May I do as well?
Yes.
Damn. Just assume that I'm gonna get above 15 every time.
20.
Total of 20, yeah.
Oh, okay, 20. So with 20, you guys know of a legendary place called Skullport, which is like this cesspool of crime and underground activity. Literally, it's a port underneath the city of Waterdeep, which is supposedly controlled by this council of floating skulls. They keep the order in a place that has no order.
Oh, look, a book.
Look, a book. So apparently the ship knows its way there. So
of course it does. I don't trust the ship anymore. Let's go to the warehouse.
All right.
as a player, that place sounds awesome.
Yeah.
You let no
Yeah.
one else.
To Eileen, not so fun, but to me, sounds pretty.
I'm feeling the same way. That sounds like a place I'd get stabbed.
I need a new character for that place.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, okay. I think warehouse is like the least worst option.
okay,
Right?
very good,
Mhm.
Yeah.
very good. That's fine. Okay, so warehouse it is. Engines, please make another check to make
Mhm.
sure you bypass all, you route all power to engines. Weapons, make me
Right, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Don't fuck it up.
15!
Yeah.
15.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Weapons, make 2 attacks to try and prevent 2 giants from grabbing the ship.
You have a Bardic
I got the 14,
inspiration.
and 25.
14
You have
and
Bardic
25.
inspiration for the 14.
Oh, I do? Wait, is
If you
that
want.
the 6?
D8.
Oh, the 8, okay. Yeah, of course I'll use that. I already know a 14 doesn't hit.
A 15. Come on.
Okay,
That's a lot better.
amazing.
So much.
So you have 2 hits, 4d10 per hit, please. Navigation.
Oh, awesome.
Make a perception check to make sure you guys are headed towards the right waypoint.
Oh, that was a save. I got. It's 14 plus. Plus one. You said perception?
Yes,
Oh, sorry. 18 then.
18. Okay, that's good.
And I do 21 and 16. 20 then.
Okay, amazing. Red Nora reports everything is fine with communication, sir.
Oh no.
She had to be at engineering, guys. Come on, this is the right accent. I can't. Okay. The right Israeli accent. Life support. The systems again are wishing to heal anyone who isn't at full health.
Me.
Me?
Okay.
Or I'm at 15 health.
So you,
But if somebody's lower.
No, I'm at 1.
No, I'll give it to you.
okay, so it seems like the system has like 4 different treatment types. And apparently your 3 wounded guys are eligible to all 4, but you have to pick.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Can we just number them 1 to 4?
yes, one of them has a rune of the giant needle that you have seen before,
Okay,
but the
well, I know
tip
that
of
one.
the giant the needle has like an octopus head on top of it. The other treatment looks like a fish with gills. Okay, the third treatment looked like a lot of frog babies. How do we call them?
Tadpoles?
Yeah,
Tadpoles.
yeah, exactly. So this is the third treatment, and the fourth looks like a well, strangely similar to the anatomy of a human whose organs have been removed and kind of put on display. So lungs, heart, brain, all the arteries connected.
Can I have a number 1, please?
Super weird.
I totally want the
Really-
nanobots and full
Really
health, but
curious about what this
Small
is gonna
drink.
do.
It's
Uh,
gonna
fries.
it's gonna
I'm
fix
fine.
things
I'm
that aren't
totally
even
fine.
Okay,
wrong
sure.
with you.
I might,
So
I
the-
might be bleeding, but it's paper cut.
Or,
Yeah. So fortune.
No,
so
it's-
the one that
the-
I already used is the Cthulhu needle.
Yeah.
Cthulhu needle.
I
That
sh-
sounds
Maybe-
It's gonna be
so
like,
It worked.
oh, this octopus is
Yeah.
missing like 6 arms. I guess I'll have to like
That's
stitch
right.
6 more like tentacles on.
Okay, well,
what's
so I've
going
done
on?
I've done that one already, and I'm really curious about what's going to happen. So that one's number 1. I got 2, 3, and 4. Number 3.
Okay, number 3. That's amazing. So you administer number 3 to your friends.
Oh, my knee.
So number 3 was the gills, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't care.
in front of all who are wounded, above your head, a small compartment opens, and then a fleshy tube with the mouth of a fish, kind of.
Wait, I'm wounded. Son of a bitch.
So that
I-
descends.
Can you like avoid it? Like Yeah.
Well, you're
Take evasive action.
yeah, you're preoccupied with whatever you're doing. So if you want to avoid it, that's fine. You can do a dexterity saving throw to avoid the fleshy
like to
tube
avoid it.
with a fish head
Yeah.
trying to bite you.
Not me.
I don't
I'm
think I
gonna
can
put
do
my
that.
arm up.
A 19.
Okay, yes, a 19. You evade it. The system kind of retracts. That's fine. Anyone
I don't
Remember,
else?
avoid
put the
it.
oxygen on your own face first before you put it on the children.
I just look up as it comes down.
Right between the eye.
Sure.
Okay, great. And Andres, do you too take it?
Yeah, I'll let it go for my arm.
Okay, that's great. So you are administered this. So first it bites you, and then instead of sucking, it kind of injecting something into your system. When it retracts, you feel waves of heat kind of spreading all around your body. So first, you two.
Wait, I'm feeling warm. This is a really unique sensation for me.
Yes. So you
What?
two.
I'm alive.
You two get 8 points of damage. Oh, 8 point. You're healed. You're healed for 8
Okay.
points.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
English. And there is a searing pain here in the under of your neck, and then you sprout gills, which will allow you to breathe underwater for the next
want
8
that.
hours.
Awesome.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, so that's like
Sweet.
Wait, so that's 8 hit points?
yes. So
Okay.
8 hit points, and you have now gills. So if something happens to the submarine you're riding, you'll be able to breathe underwater for at least 8 hours. Okay, so that was medical bay communication. We had not medical bay, sorry, life support. Let's see. And engineering, we were fine. Weapons, we were fine. Navigation, we were fine. Medical bay. So, you, Peleus, have a notification in your panel that there is an alien specimen ready to be incubated. This is the notification you get from your system. So you and Quarian kind of exchange, you see this rune and you ask him, and he says, yes, there's an alien specimen waiting to be incubated.
So I mean, it's the first time that I'm in this submarine. So yeah, I will
you basically have 2 buttons. One is exterminate, and one is basically release.
Yeah, I will turn to Quarion and ask him what exactly is going on here. Do you know anything about this?
To incubate? Do I know anything about this?
Nope. But you
I
have
don't know.
someone in medbay, so this is probably what triggered it.
Who's in the med bay?
Peleus.
Peleus.
Me?
Peleus,
Peleus.
you're on life support.
Can you read the runes or something? Is there like anything?
Well, I think it's pretty straight up. It's just incubate or don't incubate. Or
Yeah, so it's a life form. Are you gonna exterminate it or are you gonna incubate it? It's a little chicken.
Or a xenomorph. You never know.
Whatever. Either way, you're a druid. Maybe it'll bond to you and you'll be its mother.
Yeah, maybe it'll bond to your
holding a
face and
baby.
you'll die.
I mean,
Look at 2 voices of reason right now.
I will press on exterminate. I
Okay.
just want to get out of the submarine as fast as
So
possible.
your hand
I'm
is
gonna
kind
tell
of
your god.
hovering between the 2 options, and then
What's the Earth Mother gonna say?
That's
Okay.
right.
Oh no.
You just destroyed a life form.
So you can hear this shriek from a compartment, just back in the backside of the ship,
Oh man, that's gonna haunt you.
Yeah.
and then some
What the
steam.
hell are we
and-
carrying over there?
Yes. So you'll never know, right? My wife is only hearing the half the conversation. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
imagine that. Okay, so with all your checks completed and the giants out of the way, the remorseless sinking, med bay is taken care of, life support is taken care of, you have sailed and submerged yourself so that you'll be entering the port of Waterdeep undetected, and you, Quarian, will have to kind of very, very slowly navigate the small, tunnels and reefs of the port to kind of position yourself in front of the House El Turchul warehouse that you have visited before. Now, as you know, it has a secret entrance at the docks, so. You are able to position the submarine close to it, but not like on top of it. So you guys will have to swim for at least like 100 feet to get to the warehouse.
Okay.
You can't simply park the submarine closer than this.
All right. I know it might sound strange, a silly question, but is there like do I think that the submarine I can park it in a place that it would be better hidden than another?
Probably outside the port. So the port is, so if someone takes a dive or have really, really sharp eyes, he will probably spot the outline of this giant submarine.
Okay. How far is it? How far outside the port? How far would we have to swim if we put it outside the port?
It's a swim, and more than that, you will be spotted. So and you can definitely see as you kind of sail underneath the waves that there are many ships ready and people are on the walls. So it seems like Waterdeep was ready for an attack.
Okay. So, can we like park underneath a ship?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so I'll do that. So just to be better hidden. If you guys need some, if it helps, I can let the guys out and then park the ship and go out. I think I'm supposed to have the water.
No thanks. But can I?
Can you validate?
No, I want out as soon as possible. As soon as we surface, I want out actually.
I wanted to, as we're coming in and trying to like very sneakily park somewhere. Can I look for a place that's beneficial to us with navigation?
Beneficial, sure. So
yeah, like the best place, so we have the best chance.
Yeah, make a perception check.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna kind of like in the corner, just kind of like very creepily tell everybody, I have an idea that
Awesome.
We could park farther away and we could all get to the warehouse, but you're not gonna like it. And when you look at me, I'm holding my dagger.
What's your idea?
Well, I can heal you and give you gills, but you need to be hurt first.
Yeah.
I got a 22 on my perception, by the way.
I think that most of us
Just in
are
time.
already good, right?
Okay, well,
Most of us are already with gills, right? How many of us don't have gills?
I don't.
I can make you guys able to breathe water in a less.
I kind of like the gills idea.
Really? Like, look at they're monsters.
What are you talking about? I think they look good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a dragon. Like that's not that far. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Your
Sure.
scales will probably fall
Yeah.
off. Like, you'll have like a weird neck.
you know what to do, man.
Eileen, you believe that actually parking beneath, like deep under the port, beneath one of the ships next to its anchor or something like that, it's probably the safest in terms of the submarine won't be detected. But you will have problem kind of surfacing because it's deep and you'll have to swim. It's either that, or actually parking outside the port and sneaking through one of the walls, one of the shores, maybe even go as north as Thornhold and park there.
You guys,
Take us to
maybe
the
we
warehouse,
should.
man.
Yeah. We can't go directly to the warehouse, right? Without being, would have to risk being detected to going
It's-
directly.
I mean,
It's
if we had
risky.
gills,
It's risky. I think I communicate to y'all the three choices, and I say trying to sneak into the city if we park out far away during this time where everybody's senses are heightened. It's going to be more troublesome, I think, than either waiting it out at the bottom and maybe trying to sneak in a little bit later after we get some rest,
It's not a bad idea.
or we can just try to sneak in now into the warehouse. But it seems like staying at the bottom of the bay might be the best choice for now.
Can I make a check to see if I can determine if we have the life support to do that?
You like to
just
create
hang out in the
gills.
ship?
No, the air
We have
to
enough
take a
air.
long rest here.
Oh yes, you believe you can. You don't need a roll
If
for
you guys wanna wait in the submarine, Peleus wants out before that.
Oh,
Why?
do the doors have double? There's double doors, right?
We
They're
had
both
that.
red?
You
We
had
have
that,
those.
but you,
I thought,
My bad.
you
yeah, I
lost
thought we
the,
blew it up.
Yeah, you lost the air seal.
Damn it.
Ah.
Hmm.
Why do you want out?
Yeah, what do you want out? I say in
To
character,
look-
by the way.
To look after the treants.
I feel like they're more
we still
capable than
single?
we are.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, yeah, but still.
They might also,
Hey,
be
Ito, do your
more
kids
alone.
snore too?
It's like the cutest thing. We can actually hear her snore. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's the best. Doesn't get any better.
They make the weirdest noises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, guys.
No, everyone are quiet not to wake her up, but
Yeah, right.
it's subconscious.
If you want.
Everybody roll a stealth check.
I have chainmail, so I guess that's disadvantage.
So guys,
So-
where do you want to park the submarine?
I suggest we park beneath one of the boats. We take a short rest inside the submarine to heal anyone who's still not fully healed, or if it helps you guys at all. I'm good as we are right now.
So
I can rest when I've checked up on the treants.
But how
I
do you
mean,
want
if
to
you
check
want to
up on
rest, that's fine by me. But let me out first.
that?
Can
Okay.
anybody get him out of the submarine without opening the door?
Yeah, it seems like no matter which way we do it, we have to surface because
Yeah, right. That's true.
we're gonna have to open the doors underwater to get into the warehouse.
are we
Hmm.
just giving up on the sub? Like, are we all getting gills, opening the door, and swimming out?
What about the umbilical? Can we use
Can
that
we-
to get out without flooding the sub?
And the warehouse had like a dock, so we
had
could
a dock.
surface in the warehouse. Yeah.
Right, dry dock, yeah. Let's just go there. Come on, man. Why are we wasting?
All right. Peleus, if we get to the warehouse, you're gonna be far away from the ants, and you're gonna go by yourself.
Sure.
You will die.
Why?
Ciao.
I mean, this
war zone out
city
there.
isn't that
The war
dangerous.
zone out there.
There aren't any storm giants in the city yet.
They're
see.
in the
But
water.
near there are the
actually.
tree ends.
There's
Never
water.
the train.
You don't want to go into the water right now.
You just gotta wait for the surf to wash them ashore.
Oh no, I just wanna wait on shore and see. I mean,
All right.
I should be able
How about
to
this
see
then?
what's going on.
We-
on the shore.
Captain, here's an idea. We park far away in some shore. Peleus I assume you can turn into animals, right? So you can turn into some flying thing and go check up on them and then come back while we rest.
I don't think you can fly.
I
I don't think you can fly
could
it.
do that, but I kind
Like in a
of
couple years.
don't have like any white shapes left, so I think I need to go by foot.
How pedestrian of you. Oh,
So you can, Eileen, actually, because you are running the navigational systems, you can probably get a lock on one of the Turlang and see, you know, what he's being up to. Is he swimming? Is he floating? At least to get his bearing.
All right, so perception again.
Yes.
All right, somebody.
I cast guidance on you.
Can I cast guidance on myself as well?
Yeah, I think.
So
I
like
don't
2
know.
guidance?
You tell
Only
me.
one guidance. Only one guidance helps.
Oh, only one? All right.
Okay.
All right, here we go. It's fine. 1d4.
So you operate the
maximum?
machinery. You operate the
22.
machinery. That's amazing. And Quarian is explaining, and Peleus is kind of leaning in to see what's going on. And then you can see the blip, 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 blip of Turlang. And you believe he is actually swimming toward the port, or is he maybe floating, maybe walking? But his direction is definitely toward the port.
The regular Waterdeep port.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, see, he's fine. I think he's gonna make it.
Okay.
The iceberg has sunk or sinking still.
Yeah, how like sinking is it? Like Titanic, or like they can bail it out with buckets?
No. This is the Titanic. It's kind of stalled, and then
Nice. Okay.
That's awesome.
There's like 2 giants like floating in a tiny piece, and they're just like
they're hugged.
Oh.
They're hugging.
Yeah.
One's on it, the other's just holding
Exactly.
on.
Exactly.
Okay, I guess I'm good with taking a short rest then.
Okay, so the short rest is deep beneath the port. This is the idea?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So you rest. No problem at all. You want to make it a long rest or a short rest?
Sorry?
A
Long.
long rest or short rest?
You guys were complaining about not having slots.
I'm okay with anything. I'm good.
I'll do a short one.
Yeah, short.
Short. Okay.
Yeah, I think so, short.
I wouldn't mind a long rest because I'm down with the few slots, but I can make it. I can still make the day.
Okay, that's fine. So you take a short rest, which passes quite, peacefully. You do have this wonderful view of the underport. You can see ship goes by, and people on the walls are running from side to side. Obviously, the sinking of the Remorseless have caused quite a mayhem, and you can also see small fishermen's boats. People are kind of rowing toward that area. So that's interesting.
Quarian, are you using your Song of Rest?
Yeah, you all add 1d6. Wait, so you said that the boats are rowing towards where the iceberg is sinking?
Yes. These are smaller fishermen, or maybe treasure seekers or adventurers.
Shoot them down.
Okay.
Okay. So now what?
Well,
Red Nora
so
says, "Come on, let's surface. My father is probably waiting."
Warehouse.
Watch yourself, lady.
Are things cooling down above us? Does it seem that things are a bit more mellow?
Captain, it seems like small boats are heading towards the ship. It seems like the battle has cooled down.
So you believe that if those fishermen boats are any sign, then yes, it probably means that most of the danger is gone. But there is still a lot of chaos there.
Where were we supposed to meet the elf dude?
Baldur's Gate, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? Iron Throne Bank or whatever it's called.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was on Baldur's Gate.
Mm-hmm.
That's south of us, quite a ways.
I wonder if that teleportation thing will take us.
Yeah, probably. I'm guessing that well, you don't know about it.
Oh, this is this is
I haven't
me.
told any of you about it. Yeah, I'm guessing that was the sorcerer or the wizard or whatever.
To the warehouse.
It could also be the Baldur's Gate wizard, not the Waterdeep wizard that came out to negotiate with the giants.
Oh yeah, who I still think is the Zentarum. wizard.
Yeah, who knows?
Maybe. So,
Yeah, can we go to the warehouse, please? I have
yeah,
friends in Waterdeep that I need to reunite with.
Okay. I
It's a
think
daughter
we can.
week.
Okay, so gills or fleshy tube?
Fleshy tube.
Okay, great. So you maneuver the submarine closer and closer to the warehouse dry dock, and then you operate the piece of bowels that can kind of expel you.
Couldn't we surface in the warehouse?
You
Don't we
could.
have like a
It's a
like
little
a dry
bit.
dock below?
Yeah, you can.
But it's a bit.
It's a bit risky.
Would be very obvious.
Is it my check to
It's-
surface?
So yes, it's your decision if you want to take it.
No, I don't think we're gonna surf it. Everybody's gonna see the submarine and.
So gills.
Hmm?
The other option was gills.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like this
Cut
tube
yourself.
options? This fleshy
But
tube
Yeah.
option?
that will flood the submarine.
That would flood the
Either way,
submarine.
we're flooding the submarine. It doesn't matter unless unless we can raise the umbilical up far enough that it's in the dry dock.
Bump.
So you believe that's an
Then-
option?
Do it,
All right.
because I don't want to flood the submarine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, can't kill anything that sees a submarine. Don't worry.
So you maneuver the
Exactly.
ship closer and closer to the dry dock of the Elter Chol's warehouse, and then you kind of extract the fleshy tube. And as it kind of goes above water, you guys can slime your way through it.
I hate this
And
place.
and
Still mushroom vomit?
yes, of course. No one cleaned it. So it's
This
still,
is your job to clean it when we get back here.
So it still smells of Peleus puke, but you manage
Gross.
you manage to pass it and through it, and you find yourself at the dry dock leading to House Elter Chol's warehouse. Now you have visited this place before, but in the time that you have spent outside of Waterdeep, you can see that the entire place was rebuilt, and it doesn't even look like the place you have visited. The dry dock is still there, the door is still there, but all around it, it's like this grand building that was probably retrofitted above the warehouse that you have been visited. Now I need you guys to make, let's say, insight checks, just to try and kind of, as you look at the new architecture.
18.
16.
18
For
as
Eileen.
well.
18 as well.
6.
Okay, so Forgar, you can see the Dragonborn looks at all this and says, and kind of goes to the door. But all of the others, you realize that the place that you are standing on right now is like this secret entrance to this warehouse. You believe that if you were standing on the docks, you would see like a completely renovated building. But in fact, whoever did this renovation kind of concealed the fact that the warehouse still stands.
Okay.
Noted.
Okay.
Deal.
I see.
I've never been here before, so
Okay. So yeah, so those of you who has, but
can tell
you
you
also
guys
get the feeling that like the original structure is still in place and is kind of wrapped by this new building.
Okay.
cool.
It's really nice in here, eh? I don't remember it looking this nice last time we.
It's only
Wasn't it
nice
just an
on the
ugly
outside.
warehouse?
So it's only a door between you and ground again.
Can we check if there are
Yeah.
any traps on it?
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
I want to try to perceive anything behind that door without
Stare at
having
it really
anybody notice us.
intently.
Perception check. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
17.
stand back.
Quarian and Eileen are kind of standing next to the door, looking at it, feeling it.
There we go. Now
You
I'm
got a-
regression to the mean. I got 8.
8.
Quarren got 17 actually.
Okay, 17. So, Quarian, you don't think that the door is trapped, but you do hear a voice behind it. It's a dwarven voice, and in common, it says things like, move the box that way, and no, that was in the original inventory list. Keep it where it is. Don't touch the ribbon, etc., etc.
Are there other voices speaking?
Yes.
Speaking back?
Yes, you can hear probably dock hands, people who are hired to do some manual work and move things around. But
Okay.
the dwarf voice is actually very prominent and authoritative.
Do we know any dwarven figure?
So
I don't
house,
remember anybody.
Yeah, so the house is obviously a very big, noble house in Waterdeep, but it's a human house. You're not sure.
It's probably just an employee.
Yeah. Okay,
Should we just
so
open the door and
I'll let you guys know
Tell 'em we're lost?
what we're expecting inside.
Walk out like you own the place.
that's what I was thinking.
Adventures coming through.
Yeah, exactly. We're
Grab
adventurers.
something.
Yeah.
Are there boxes over here?
Characters here. Go away.
So simply open the door.
Or if there are some boxes around here, we can just take the boxes
Grab
and
'em.
like we're carrying them.
Okay.
Set them down. Walk out the door.
Anybody have disguises or anything like that? Because we look like a bunch of dangerous adventurers, I'm guessing.
No, it's not all of us.
I'm gonna cast Disguise Self on myself.
Okay.
I can do
Alright.
that at will.
What do you look
So I'm
like?
just gonna dockhand. Regular old dockhand.
Just a dockhand and 5 other adventurers.
No,
Okay,
well,
first of
no.
all, I'm gonna wash the vomit off of me.
Oh
with
yeah,
the
I prestidigitated
water.
that stuff off myself ages
Oh,
ago.
okay.
Can you do
I'll
that
pick
to
up-
me?
Yourself out here also.
I am never
Oh, me
getting it
too.
out of this chainmail.
I'm totally distracted. I'm gonna pick up a box and leave them all filthy. I'm gonna open the door and walk out. Just like wait here for a second, see what I can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just open it enough for me to squeeze through, and then I'll close it behind myself.
Okay.
Let me follow along with you. I don't look like a dangerous
True.
adventurer. I don't have armor or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, you're farmhand.
So you two find yourself in the same corridor, or at least, neither of you actually, right? Visited.
Nope.
Yes,
Nope.
other characters. Okay, so you find yourself in a corridor, and with 4 openings, like 2 in each side of the corridor, and up in front of you there's a staircase, and you can see an albino dwarf standing there, one leg perched on like a higher step with an inventory list on a small board on his knee, and he's writing stuff down as people, obviously dockhands, kind of go into one of those 4 openings, extract a box or a can, a long can, mark it and return it to place. So he simply says that should go to that door, and yes, the chest shouldn't be here, but please take it upstairs. And then he sees the 2 of you kind of standing there, and he says, well, what are you waiting for? That door over there, 2 chests, please bring them to me.
All right.
I'll do as he says.
Okay.
Yep.
So you go into a chamber that has like a floor covered with gold coins, and there are 4 chests sitting like in the corners of the room. They are sealed, and you can see on their lids a symbol very similar to the octopus head that you have seen on the submarine. So there you are in this room. What do you do?
The floor is covered in gold.
Yes.
Interesting.
I'll
Like
ignore the
gold coins.
Yeah, I'll ignore all the gold. I won't grab everything as some other players would. I'll look at the symbol like, hey, they must be like evil working for these mind flare things.
Agreed. How sealed is the chest?
So it does have a keyhole.
But we don't have a key. Okay. All right. I don't have anything in here. Could I just really quickly take a rubbing of the symbol in my book?
Yes.
Some charcoal.
Sure.
And look to Galen. This is not my area of expertise, infiltration and stuff. So, do you ever do this on the farm?
Sure. I carry around boxes and all the time, and
perfect.
Like, don't look like I'm working. That's normal. Right.
So we need to cause a distraction to get everybody away from this area so that our friends can get out. Maybe we like burn something down.
Or maybe just take one of these boxes, carry it halfway up the stair, and then drop it.
Sounds like fun. Let's do.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So you want to carry a box halfway through the stairs and then drop it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like stumble. Like oops, I fell down. Yeah.
Okay, that's actually cool.
Yeah. The dwarf, is he like carrying weapons or anything, or he's just
nope.
like?
He's finely no weapons at all. He's finely dressed, and beside his white skin, which is it's rare. You can see a white beard, pale blue eyes, but he does have like a golden ring on his finger, which looks like worth a fortune. Other than that, a very, very finely made clothes, but these are not noble clothes. So,
before I drop the box, is it like heavy, or like can I like get a sense of maybe what's in it?
Yeah, so if you kind of pick it up and move it around a little bit, you can feel something slushes inside of it, like it's full of water.
Oh, that would be really good if that, broke on the stairs.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So where do you want me when you do this? Up the stairs a bit from you, or?
Maybe you should be ahead of me.
Okay.
And you can go up and like see if there's like guards coming, and do your, mind thingy to warn me.
Sure. Are these coins anything unusual? The gold coins?
So these are like assorted coins from everywhere around the Sword Coast. Okay. If you want to kind of take a closer look, you have to spend some time here because it's like a mountain of gold.
Not interested. They're all from all over the place. It's just a result of... Okay, I'll follow. Well, go ahead of Galen.
Okay. So as you go up the stairs, Galen, I need you to make two things. One of them is a...
Guido, you're muted. You cut out for like 3 seconds.
Oh, sorry.
Can
you hear me now?
Yeah.
Great. So as Galen, as you walk up the stairs, you kind of eye the dwarf, and you can see that he is looking at you, kind of unable to decide if he saw you or not previously. You believe that he has very bad eyesight. So that may be working to your benefit. I need you to make a make it well.
Do like an acrobatic to look like I stumble.
Yeah, or sleight of hand, whatever works, for you.
I'm better at acrobatics.
Performance, maybe.
Not performance. No.
So I'd make it a dexterity sleight of hand check. You simply want to kind of.
Yeah, I can do that also.
Okay.
A 17.
A 17 is great. So you drop the box and the
and I will try to like drop it like push it down, without seeming to like push it down, just so there's a higher chance of it actually breaking.
Okay, so it falls. You can see that the other dog hands kind of freeze. The dwarf freeze, and the box simply kind of descends the whole flight of the stairs. Please roll 2d10 for me.
8. Hopefully that was good.
Okay. So it does take some damage from the fall, but it doesn't break. However, it rests on the floor and then starts to Starts to rattle.
I'm gonna look at the nearest dockhand, and I'm gonna, in his head, I'm just gonna scream, "Run!"
So he turns and runs, and when he sees, when the other dockhand sees that, they both simply are gone. And the dwarf looks at you, Galen, and with shaking hands says, "Get out of here fast."
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Come on,
What's he?
let's
What's
run.
the dwarf doing? Is he running?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
perfect.
I'll say it like loudly, like, "Come on, let's all run out of here," so the others can hear us.
So you
Yeah.
guys, Fulgar, Eileen, Peleus, you hear that, Quarian.
All right, then.
Are you guys
Kick
running?
the door open
Okay, so
and run out there.
great. So Galen and Enderist, what do you do when the dwarf and the dockhands flee?
I'm gonna stumble a bit to
slowly.
let them go ahead
Yeah, slowly follow after them, so we'll let the others
and
catch
watch.
up.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then
And
just
maybe
gonna
see-
stop and watch.
And maybe see, like, so I can still like see, like at the top of the stairs, like, oh, my knee, oh, it really hurt, like, so I can see down, just to see if they die from whatever comes out of that box.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all gather in the corridor. So Forgar, Peleus, and Eileen, you can see a chest on the floor with some water pouring out of its seams. It's rattling on the floor, and you can see the mark of an octopus head kind of embedded on its top. Galen is at the top of the stairways with Enderist, and they both kind of wave at you to run. And you can see the tails of two dockhands and a dwarf kind of fleeing through the staircase.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Let's run after them.
Yeah, I just in the box is in the middle, right? You have to
Yes.
go through the. I run and can I as I pass by, like what is it? Gust of wind it to the other room.
Oh yeah, sure. You can do that.
Yeah, so it would be like 10 feet. Do I have to roll an attack or?
You tell me.
Strength saving throw. The box has to. But
Okay.
It's a box.
It's a box. So let's assume it. You know what? Yeah.
Smashes into the gold. Maybe.
So you push it with a gust of wind as you jump above it to the doors, to the room. So it slides in, and as you all kind of run toward the staircase, you climb it, and then whoever of you kind of glances back here, you can see the lid kind of flies from one room to the other one, and then a gush of tentacles kind of spew into the corridor and fit it.
Jesus. Like a giant octopus-sized tentacle?
Yes. And I think this is a very good place to stop for this day.
Wow.
That plan
That
worked
is
perfectly.
Awesome.
Did it?
Great.
So,
Too
That's
bad
awesome.
the box didn't break like right away next to the dwarf.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Yeah.
I was gonna magic missile the box, but he said run, so I...
Yeah, it would have been great for us, so we could just, oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Like, Cthulhu is free. Let's run.
That's right. Oh, the elder gods are out. We should leave.
Yeah,
Time
just
to
put
go.
Cthulhu in a box.
Yeah.
Cthulhu in a
yeah.
box.
That's like that's like the house's product. It's like a prototype, Cthulhu in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the kids want it for
Who
Christmas.
Who wants a
It's
jack
like
in
a-
a box? Like,
It's
come
like a
on,
gag gift that went way too far.
Amazing. Okay, guys, you're back on Waterdeep. This is amazing. Remember, remind me when last did we level up?